How's it going, everybody? Welcome to SicErik Tech, and today we are going to be taking a look at the OnePlus 10T. Now, this just got released on T-Mobile. This phone has been out globally for a while now, but T-Mobile just received it, and you now can pick this up at your local T-Mobile store. This is the 8GB 128 storage variant. This is the Moonstone black color. You can see some specs right here. Of course, 8GB 128 storage, 5G, blah blah blah. This is the OnePlus 10T, which is a supposed to be a souped up version of the OnePlus 10 Pro. As you can see, I do have the OnePlus 10 Pro as well, but this has the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor, while the regular OnePlus 10 Pro has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. 8GB RAM, like I said earlier. It's supposed to have 125 watt charging on this bad boy, which is just insane. So let's go ahead and crack it open, take a look at what comes in the box, set it up, and take a look at the interface. And since you guys are here, go ahead and consider subscribing to SicErik Tech. Just a button away. Click that subscribe button and click that bell icon. That way you get notified on future videos just like this one. Alright, so you're automatically greeted with your paperwork and stuff for your OnePlus. You get your transfer tool up here, which is pretty new. You get your OnePlus SIM ejection tool, along with your quick start guides, stuff you do not need, and so on. Go ahead and set that aside. You are greeted with the device itself. So I'm going to pop it out of this tray. So it has some weight to it. It feels a little bit heavier than the OnePlus 10 Pro. Set that aside, and here is your fast, beefy, heavy charger. Super VOOC charging, 120 watts, 125 watts. It's supposed to be 150, but here in the States, we only support 120. So that is fantastic. Very heavy charger in the box, but you do get one, so that is fantastic news. And you get your classic charging cable, USB-C to USB Type-C, red OnePlus charging cable in there as well, and that is all she wrote for the box. Let's slide this back in there along with the tray and set the box aside just for a moment. So let's go ahead and take a look at the device itself. Comes nicely wrapped in this waxy paper, and here it is, the OnePlus 10T, with this nice feeling back. As you can see, there is no Hasselblad branding on the OnePlus 10T like there is on the OnePlus 10 Pro. Similar in design, as you can see, but the OnePlus 10 Pro does have that Hasselblad branding on the camera, so I'm excited to see exactly how they compare between cameras on both of these devices. I will be doing a comparison between both of these and some other devices as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty cool. This is the Moonstone black. Sort of has this texture feel to it. Feels really nice. Gorilla Glass 5 on the back and on the front with a plastic frame. Now this frame is shiny, just like other OnePlus devices. As you can see right there, it would have been nice to have a matte finish frame, but it is plastic, so it'll feel a little bit lighter, but it still feels pretty chunky in the hand, pretty heavy. As you can see, OnePlus branding right there. Take a look at those cameras. Now, as far as camera tech goes, you got a 50 megapixel main sensor with an aperture of f1.8. You got an 8 megapixel ultra wide aperture of f2.2 and a danky 2 megapixel macro lens, aperture of 2.4. No telephoto lensing. Front facing camera is going to be a 16 megapixel camera, aperture of f2.4. You can only record 1080p on the front, And as far as the rear facing camera, all the way up to 4K 60 frames per second on the rear. So kind of bummed out again with that 1080p on the front facing camera, but OnePlus always is just sticking to their guns with that. You can see they got rid of that little text in the flash for the new one, so that is definitely an improvement. As far as cameras go, pretty much the same size with module, but you can see that you do not get this sharp edge on the camera. It's sort of a ridge that goes up to the camera. Nice smooth transition to the camera module. So we're going to set this up and put in all of my information and get into the device. Don't go anywhere, guys. Okay, so you do get your typical screen lock, password, face unlock, and fingerprint unlock. You do have a optical in-display fingerprint sensor for the OnePlus 10T. Let's go ahead and set up the fingerprint sensor. Fingerprint sensor is a little bit low, just like pretty much the OnePlus 10 Pro. You do get a flat display on the OnePlus 10T, so no curves here. And then let's go ahead and set up face unlock. And apparently I got it. Okay, that was quick. So we're gonna go ahead and hit next. As far as the font goes, you have different options for OnePlus. Go ahead and click the sans. As far as navigation gestures, of course, you get your normal recent back. Go ahead and click the gestures. Startup is complete. So here we are into the device right here. So it's going to be very similar to the OnePlus 10 Pro, running the Oxygen OS 12. Let's go into, you get all your personalization stuff on here as well. To set everything up, it does look a little bit different. Of course, my OnePlus 10 Pro not on right now, but I am running Android 13, so it is a little bit different than the OnePlus 10 Pro, but I'm pretty sure Android 13 beta is going to be available for the OnePlus 10T as well. You can change your fingerprint icons, animations, which is pretty cool. You can change your colors for your system. We'll go ahead and keep it on let's go for green, just cause. Horizon light, you get your horizon light settings also for incoming calls, which is pretty cool. So taking a look at the device, let's go into about device, and then let's go into storage. So 23 gigs is being used of storage out of 128. I kind of wish this would have been the 256 variant model. More RAM, but I guess that'll be okay. You do have your RAM Plus right here to give you a little bit of a RAM extension on your OnePlus. This will take from your storage and give you a little bit more RAM. You gotta reboot your device every time you change that. Going into display settings, let's go ahead and change this to dark mode. Very nice. You do get a 6.7 inch fluid AMOLED display with 1 billion colors, 120 Hz refresh rate, and it does support HDR10 plus. You get a resolution of 1080 by 2412, covered in Corning Gorilla Glass 5. So very nice on these specs for this display. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very fantastic display. No curved edges here again, like I said earlier. Let's go ahead and set all my different settings. It does come with your refresh set at high. Now it's not an LTPO panel, so it's going to either run at high or low. It'll go all the way down to 60 Hertz would be the lowest that this display will go down to. And you could also set your display size as well. Brightness, pretty bright display so far that I could see. Again, like I said, you get all your personalization features right there as well, and your sound and vibrations. You do get Dolby Atmos, which you will get stereo speakers on here, so that is pretty cool that you get stereo speakers. I'm glad OnePlus didn't cheap out on that. So as far as the feel of the device, definitely feels pretty much almost the same as the OnePlus 10 Pro. but it just feels just a tad bit wider. Not by that much, and of course again you get that flat display. You do not get that volume slider. Very big disappointment. OnePlus definitely cheaped out on that, so no alert slider like you get on the OnePlus 10 Pro. Buttons are pretty much almost in the same area, and then you go on to the other side, just a little bit higher than the OnePlus 10 Pro. And as far as taking a look at the device, you do get pretty decent looking bezels on here. They're not too chunky, not too big, so I think that's pretty good. That you get no bezels. Taking a look at the back right here, nice camera bump right here, very smooth island going on there. Again, no Hasselblad logo. You get your OnePlus logo right there. Taking a look at the bottom, you get your USB Type-C. You get a microphone, your SIM tray, and one of your stereo speakers. Going on over to the left hand side, you get nothing other than your one volume rocker. At the top, you get a microphone, several different microphones. I do have a little bit of marks on the top plastic part right here, so hopefully that's not an issue. And then on the right hand side, you get your power button right there. Taking a look at that fingerprint sensor, boom, pretty quick on that fingerprint sensor. Let's go on to Face ID, and Face ID, pretty damn quick on that Face ID, so pretty cool. I do like this wallpaper quite nicely. Boom, look at that wallpaper. That looks pretty cool. This is the moonstone. I'm guessing that that's some sort of moonstone on there, and it does look fantastic. Taking a look at the camera right here, you're not going to get all that Hasselblad goodness on the camera. No red button, no classic click, so you just get a normal click on that. Camera shutter is pretty quick on there. You get your video for your rear facing camera, can go all the way up to 4K. As we all know, front camera can only do 1080p 720. Come on, OnePlus, why do you keep doing this to us? You go into your mode, you get Pro, you get Pano, Macro, Movie, which is pretty much your manual video mode, slow-mo, time-lapse, long exposure, dual video, and tilt shift. So very nice on your camera. You also get a night mode and your video mode. Your ultra wide, let's see here. So ultra wide, I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty weak ultra wide on here, since it's only at 8 megapixel. Your zoom is going to be 2 times, but it's going to be totally digital cropping, so don't expect too much with that zoom on here. Your HDR, you get auto HDR, regular HDR, and you also get your AI mode on here as well. So very excited about this phone. Now, will I like it more than my OnePlus 10 Pro? Probably not, but this is running Android 13, so I'm going to see about installing Android 13 on the OnePlus 10T. So that is pretty much it for today, guys. Taking a look at the OnePlus 10T. Stay tuned to my channel. Be sure you're subscribed to get more videos on both of these devices and the 10T compared to other devices as well. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Peace.